Hello and welcome to the 9th episode of the Self-Concept Basic series. Today's subject is projection and the observer. Your self-concept or your belief about yourself significantly impacts your mindset. This in turn affects how you perceive and interact with the world around you. To better understand this concept, consider the following example. Your mind is like a camera that captures everything within its frame. As you go about your day, your conscious mind receives information through your physical senses, much like the camera captures images on film. This conscious perception and interpretation of information is then stored in your subconscious as real experiences. Your subconscious mind cannot differentiate between real and imagined experiences. This means that it uses all information, whether real or imagined, to generate filters through which you project and superimpose your perception of reality onto the screen where your story is played out. If your mind is occupied with many angry and fearful thoughts and feelings, you will project and record a world that reflects a lot of anger and fear. It's like living in an interactive simulator that always reflects a reality that matches your thoughts and feelings. Your perceived world is the externalization of the programs running in your subconscious mind. Hence, you can always confirm your beliefs about the perceived angry or fun-loving world you appear to experience. The people you perceive in your reality are reflective frequency screens, reflecting what you are projecting onto them. Hence, you only rarely see the real person before you if your mind is clear and you are in the state of the observer. Within this simulation called reality, everything revolves around vibrational frequency patterns. The question is, which mindset are you vibrating at to draw the reflection of yourself through another person? Remember that the vibrational frequency you emit represents your subconscious mind's inner workings. It is crucial to keep this in mind at all times. Projection is when we impose our beliefs and ideologies onto others. However, when others do not agree or resonate with our projections, this can lead to discord or conflict. In other words, it feels uncomfortable and triggering. In simpler terms, it's a frequency clash. The reflective screen, the other person, has shown something about you that you won't, or at this stage of your development, can't tolerate. When we meet someone who resonates with what we project as our reality, we become friends, partners, or connected through our shared ideas. Our positive and negatives are reflected to us through the people, places, and situations around us. Like Ernest Holmes says, life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. So it's not the people you perceive in reality who need to change, but your perception and interpretation of them. In other words, how you frame them. Hence, it's essential to understand how framing works and how to use it for your self-development. Check out my video on framing and reframing. You have the power to use projection positively or negatively. For example, we often harm relationships by projecting preconceptions onto others, resulting in shallow communications and unstable connections. This leads to a world where people fight for their opinions instead of listening to each other. Control issues caused by fear of disapproval or rejection can be resolved by understanding one's shadow self. Relationship issues can be resolved by shifting from judging to observing. Only by observing without filters and assumptions can we see a person's true nature. Here is another workable and provable perspective. Because everything you project outwards comes from within you, you can change how you frame anything. Changing your mindset can change how you see others. Instead of viewing someone negatively, imagine them in a positive light. For example, if you see someone currently unemployed and unhappy, imagine them as employed and happy and hold that belief. To test this for yourself, give it a try with someone you know. you may be surprised by the results. Remember, what you perceive as reality is like an interactive simulation with many changeable timelines and dimensions resonating at different frequencies. What you project onto the screen of your world will determine which life track you are on. Your self-concept and vibrational frequency determine the path of your life track. Each course has a specific outcome that cannot be changed. However, you can shift to another track by reframing your self-concept. This involves repatterning your thinking to match your desired path and timeline. If you constantly view someone as a failure, you will always perceive and receive them negatively. When you reframe your perception and interpretation of people to a higher resonating positive frequency, you shift to a life track where you will find a kinder world around you. It's natural to fluctuate between life tracks that match your current state of being. You can observe without judgment or projection when you are present and focused. This state allows you to sense frequencies and information beyond the conscious mind. The still observer state is a doorway to the subconscious and our connection to Source. Practicing the state of the observer is essential for self-development training. For example, many of us can read people instinctively through a state of mind that is clear and receptive. This is where clairvoyance, clairsentience, psychometry, or remote viewing is possible. However, what sabotages our innate abilities to enter this state is the programming we receive that says we can't. Most of humanity is mentally distracted with preconceived ideas and beliefs that keep their natural abilities stunted and their perception of reality anchored in various states within the collective mind programs of the simulation. Having access to important information, possessing knowledge, and having the ability to think critically are crucial for personal growth. However, training oneself to maintain a clear and receptive state of mind while being present as an observer is also essential, as this can activate hidden abilities in some individuals. For example, a natural clairvoyant is someone who views the world or the person from the reference point of the observer. They only see the real person when they tune out their programmed filters and allow the frequency of the person they are reading to reveal itself. Reading the person's frequency gives the clairvoyant all the information they need at that specific time. A clairvoyant or remote viewer who cannot maintain the observer's reference point starts projecting their stuff onto the target or person. Hence, the reading is false and inaccurate. As a reminder, like building muscle, any particular skill will take many years of training and refining. So, projection has positive and negative attributes, depending on which perspective you perceive it from. Once again, it all comes down to your beliefs and thoughts about the person, place, or situation, and how you frame or reframe your perception of reality. This is a broad and intense subject, so I will cover more on how the simulation uses projection to manipulate you and how you can use it to free yourself from mind traps that prevent your spiritual progress. So, for more tips and exercises in self-concept transformation coaching and NLP, don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. Thank you.